Unless he wasn't at his wheel when it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. Round 4 of the 2021 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. 16 talented NOSSCAR Motormaster Series drivers are here at Phoenix International Raceway, battling it out here in Stage 1. It is a 100-lap event here tonight to begin the 2-race journey for Motormaster Monday. You guys have been watching all your favorite leagues here on NASCAR Heat 5 on YouTube all evening long. Well, strap yourselves in for Motormaster Monday. It's main event time here with NOSSCAR. I'm Tyler McMurder, NOSSCAR CEO, alongside NOSSCAR driver Rob Oglesby and in-race reporter Chris Ryan, who's out there on the racetrack. Thanks very much to both of you for joining me.
It is my pleasure to be here tonight, Ty. I am ready for the action.
Oh, so am I, Rob. Yeah, and it's great.
Am I, and it looked like I just lagged out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no is right. Oh, well, that's a terrible way to begin the broadcast. In-race reporter Chris Ryan is on pit road, motionless, and yeah, he's out of this thing. Daniel McGriff is out of this thing as well.
Dang it. That sucks.
Something's amiss.
It is very odd.
Something's amiss here early. It's too early for drivers to be having engine failures here in the Phoenix Sun 300, and that's a shame.
Very shame. Very shame. Man, I had a good car, just taking my time too. You know. So, well, I'm still here in the party. It's just it seems like it was just the NASCAR server that it lagged out of. You know, not the PlayStation Network. Just
well, the 20 car seems to be in the lead at this point.
Feel free to jump back in with us and call the action, Chris, if you like. I feel terrible about this, but we still have Atlanta Motor Speedway coming up later tonight. But yeah, by all means, the invitation's there.
Oh yeah, I think I will.
And I feel terrible because I know how that feels. I've lost a championship due to those types of errors, and it's a tough pill to swallow, that's for sure. But let's get back to the action a little bit here.
I'll be right back.
Jesse Carlson in the 20 car is on pole, looking good there in that white Toyota Supra, but he's got company. He's got a challenger here, and that's the 2020 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series champion Matt Smith, driving the black and lime green number 10 Chevy Camaro. And now he's already got a win earlier this season, picking up a win in the second race of the season with a very nice fuel strategy, and therefore locking his way already into the 2021 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series playoffs, right there within a car length of the 20.
It's a really good battle going on. Matt's really giving him a lot of room there, but I think he's got a faster car. He's just waiting for. He's taking his time, waiting to make his move.
The draft is there. The draft is powerful enough. We have the draft settings on normal, and in these NASCAR Heat games, it's already a very powerful thing on these games when you have it set to normal, and he's using it to his advantage. He's able to stay right there with Jesse Carlson in the 20, and he's just riding there in second, taking a bit of a higher line there through 1 and 2. Used to be 3 and 4, so I still really get that mixed up.
Yeah.
And now he's alongside him going into 3 and 4. Robbie's to the outside, not really the preferred line there for that corner, but he's going to do the crossover move.
Set him up for the crossover to set him up. I told you he was just biding his time, taking the lead.
Now we were
leader there.
Yes, sir. We were speaking to a lot of these drivers before the race, and a lot of them were wondering how fast the 10 was going to be. They know how quick he is each and every week, and there's your answer. Matt Smith leading the way here in the Phoenix Sun 300 at Phoenix International Raceway, and it's early. Stage 1.
Well, Jesse might have something for him here. He's seems to be checking out the inside of Matt. I just don't think he's got the car to do it. And this is probably not the time for him to do it. He might be getting some word from the pit box just to hold off until he's closer to the end of the stage.
Might be an all right choice. And I'm almost certain these drivers are going to need to make one pit stop in this stage. So These drivers do have the opportunity to outsmart and outbeat them going in and out of the pits if they can get entry to the pit box a little bit quicker and smoother than the other teams. So there's still a possibility to gain that position in other ways. But nevertheless, Matt Smith leading the way for now, checking in a little bit deeper in the field. Jason Doro running in the fourth position. Yeah, we got great racing all over this racetrack. 16 drivers in this one. Jason Doro running in the fourth position. Then one of the closer battles on the racetrack is between he and Jordan. Jordan driving the 74 just in front of him, running in third. He pulled off the win last week at Auto Club Speedway. And just behind them is the 6 machine of Nick Don Francesco. I spoke to Nick before this race. He was really excited about this one, really confident as well. See if we can find him here. I know he started at the tail of the field, so it's already really impressive to see. And there he is. Jordan Durasic, running in third. Auto Club winner from last week. Giving a good run for the black number 74 Chevy Camaro. That team has come a long way in a short period of time. He missed the Daytona 300, but has run 2 races of the 3 to start the season. Here we are, round 4. He's already up into the top 3, and he's closing in on the battle for the lead. It's going to be a 3-car battle for the lead here in just a couple of laps if he keeps up this pace. Six-time NOSSCAR champion Jordan Green, driver the number 47 Chevy Camaro, finds himself running in the 6th position. Out there on his own, too. No challengers behind him.
Jesse comes to the inside for the lead, takes the lead on the back stretch into turn 3. I think he's going to pull this one off here, timeout.
Did he ever? Came right back to the front when I heard you talking about it, and you're right. New race leader, it's the pole sitter. Jesse Carlson with a big move back to the front. Matt Smith drops back to P2.
There's a great battle going between the car 6 of that would be Napa.
Yes, sir.
Napa
3-car battle here.
Yeah.
All 3 of them running Chevy Camaros.
Great racing there, Ty.
Wow. And Jordan Green spins back near the start-finish line. And I didn't see exactly what happened to him. It's over by the dogleg, and it's a solo car spin, so the caution's not going to fly for this one.
The 6th car of Napa fan is still is on the inside. He has not completed the pass yet on the 08 car.
And I'm surprised because they both went by Jordan Durasic as if he was sitting still. The 74 now back into 5th, and around Napa goes the 6 at the end of the stage.
At the end of the stage.
Wow.
There's the 1 car as well.
That's how fierce the battle was for position there. And the stage win goes to Jesse Carlson.
That was awesome racing.
Matt Smith in 2nd, and we can confirm that Jason Doro was in 3rd. Or was he? Where's the 10 machine?
He spun out coming into the last turn.
The 10 car spun on the last lap. Take photos of the stage results for us, Jordan, if you can. Wow. So a late stage development there. So it's actually Jason Doro in the 08.
Damage.
You're right, folks, and he's going to start at the tail of the field. He had to take time to repair that damage. So it's Jesse Carlson getting the stage win. Jason Doro finishing in 2nd, and a number of drivers were able to pick up a few spots on after the pit stops. The green flag is back in the air. Stage 2 of the Phoenix Sun 300.
Oh, that 6 car is fast at the beginning, and he's on the inside of the lead car at this point in time.
Ooh.
Jesse pulls it off, though, coming out of turn 2.
He clears them, going into 3. Goes down and hugs the yellow line, drifts back up a little bit, but you're right. Jesse Carlson leads that lap as they thunder around this racetrack.
You know, we had a chance to talk to Jesse before the race, Ty. He said he was pretty confident about his car. He was very fast in qualifying, and he got the pole. But he's really he's holding the pretty wheel tonight, I think. First stage win.
Tonight could be the night.
I'm pretty
You're
sure
right.
they have to pit between the second stages. This stage, I'm sure there's going to be a pit strategy involved, wouldn't there?
No, in fact, stage 2 is usually a little shorter, a couple of laps shorter than stage 1. So if there was no pit stop action in stage 1, I think we're lean, mean, and good to go, clean and green to the end, unless a caution comes out for an on-track incident. I don't think these drivers are going to come to pit road before the end of this stage. It's going to be a battle
we have one
to...
car coming off pit road right now.
I believe that might have been Jordan Durasick in the 74 machine.
In 74, yeah.
Coming off pit road, so some sort of strategy happening there. We're going to keep an eye on that, but we got to also keep our eye on the battle for the race lead. It's getting interesting up here. As you mentioned, Nick Donfrancesco not going away. Jesse Carlson still having a tough time with the number 6 machine. He's got a red Chevy Camaro filling his mirror there. And Jason Doro now taking a look to the inside once in a while for that second position. So while hunting for the lead, Nick Donfrancesco's got to play a little bit of defense as well. And we should mention, folks, Matt Smith in the 10 has already rallied from the tail of the field all the way up into the 5th position. He's trying to get around Alex Tesdall in the 16, and this is the highest that Alex has found himself in this race, and they were nearly 3 wide there for a moment in turn 2. Oh, that was close. Cameron Norton was to the inside, and Matt Smith was to the outside, and they sort of back out single file now. Cameron back up into the 6th position. Brett Baker in 7th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in 8th. They're all right there, and they're all showing good speed as well. Jason Armstrong in the 12, running in 9th. Bradley Gittleland rounding out the top 10 in the 90 car, and there is Jordan Green. Remember, he spun in stage 1. He's recovered back into the 11th position here at Phoenix. And the 8 machine of Timmy Brown runs in 12th. They're side-by-side battling for the lead, and they bounced off each other just for a moment there. Nick Donfrancesco to the inside of Jesse Carlson. It's Camaro versus Supra. They've made contact again, this time on the back straightaway. Jason Doro's got a front row seat for the battle for the lead in that number 08 Chevy Camaro, and it's going to be Donfrancesco who's going to lead this lap.
Edged him out. Wow, what a great battle for the lead, Ty. Man, I have got to give it to you. NASCAR really puts on the entertainment when it comes to racing.
I love how many different drivers that we have battling for the lead each and every week as well. Everybody seems to bring a competitive car, seems to put in the time and effort to practice and find as much speed and the quickest lap times they possibly can, and they bring their A game. Nick Donfrancesco leading the first laps for himself tonight here on Motormaster Monday, but not a good show in that number 6 Camaro. He's got Jesse Carlson still right behind him, and it's now a 4-car dance for the race lead. The driver in 5th is Cameron Norton in the 1.
And look at this 10 car work its way back up through the field, Ty.
It didn't take him long either.
Not very long at all.
Yeah, he's
this
got a
cat
fast car.
started in dead last, Ty. Can you believe that?
You know what, though?
Wow.
Somehow I can. When it comes to Matt Smith, 2020 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, there's not too many that are better on these NASCAR heat games. He knows exactly how to win these races. He knows how to wheel it. He's on a wheel. He always has a great strategy entering these races, and he's good at altering it as the race progresses. If a yellow comes out, he'll change it. And 3 wide for the lead. Jesse Carlson goes back to the point. That's how quick it all changes, folks. It looked like Jason Doro was going to be the leader even, and they were 3 wide for a moment. Nick Donfrancesco back to the 2nd position. Jason's going to lose 3rd to Matt Smith. The 10 car is looking racy now. He pounces.
This 10 car is going to lead this thing before it's over with, Mac. Just mark my words.
He rides,
This
and then
guy is driving like he is on a mission.
he rides, and then he pounces when there's activity.
He certainly does. He takes advantage of every opportunity that's shown to him.
And these guys battling for the lead like this is allowing Cameron Norton in the 1 to gain some ground. Alex Tesdall's in the 16 machine. He's in the 6th position, and he's kind of leading the second pack. Cameron Norton on his own, trying to run down these top 4, and Matt Smith bounces off the wall in the 10.
There.
I don't think there was contact between he and the other car. I think he just ran the car a little bit wide, trying to complete the pass. Jesse Carlson starting to walk away a little bit. These drivers are battling hard for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And Jason Doro goes to the 2nd position, and now suddenly Nick Donfrancesco is back to 4th, and that's how quickly it all changes. And like I mentioned, Rob, here comes Cameron Norton in the 1 car.
In the 1 car.
Oh man, Matt Smith using every inch of the dog leg. He nearly lost some paint with the inside wall. He came up and made a little bit of contact there with Jason Doro in the 08. Jason's going to go back to 4th. So now Nick Donfrancesco is the meat in the Camaro sandwich, and Cameron Norton's still gaining ground on these guys. Jesse Carlson in the number 20, keeping a healthy gap on this crazy battle that we're watching for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. A little bit deeper in the field, we should mention, Jordan Durasek made contact there with Alex Tesdall, just a little bit. Harmless contact, we'd like to say, in that particular incident, and they're going to keep it going in the right direction. This is the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. They have Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 right behind them. Not too far behind them, Brett Baker, Jason Armstrong, they're battling side by side for 9th and 10th, and it's Bradley Gilliland in the 11th position, Timmy Brown in 12th, just to give you a rough idea on where most of the field is running. 16 drivers started in this one. Back up towards the front, Jesse Carlson leads. Matt Smith has settled into 2nd, got a couple of car lengths of an advantage now over Nick Donfrancesco. Nick runs in 3rd, Jason Doro in 4th, and they're going to be joined by Cameron Norton. It's going to be a 3-car battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th here in a couple of laps, but we're in the final laps of Stage 2. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and I think that's why you're seeing Matt Smith in the 10 make a bit of a charge here. One last run at your race leader, Jesse Carlson. It's down to a couple of car lengths now. Matt Smith closing in for the Stage 2 win. And he didn't quite have enough time.
Didn't quite make it. Yeah, didn't quite make it.
Jesse Carlson is on fire tonight.
Great stage race, though. That was fantastic. The lead changes. We had 7 lead changes there before we even completed a lap.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, the amount of lead changes, and they all kept it together. Nobody wrecked, nobody looped it. It was perfect racing.
Yeah, great talented drivers. Good, calm drivers. They drive well with each other, give everyone plenty enough room. Good sim driving.
I'm impressed. Yeah, Jesse Carlson wins the stage. Matt Smith in 2nd, Nick Donfrancesco in 3rd, Jason Doro in 4th, Cameron Norton in 5th. They are the drivers receiving points in Stage 2. Top 5 get stage points, and the stage winner gets that so valuable playoff point, and those become very important in the postseason. He's got 2 tonight, winning Stage 1 and Stage 2, and he started on pole as well. As tonight the night Jesse Carlson gets his first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win. Let's find out. The green flag back in the air. Final stage of the Phoenix Sun 300. Round 4 of the 2021 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season, hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5. And Matt Smith to the inside of Jesse Carlson. There was a little bit of contact made. Jesse goes up the hill just a bit, but I think he's going to still hold the lead coming out of 4, and he does. They fan out 3 and 4 wide. So many different lines you can take through the dog leg there. Cameron Norton drifts up into the side of Nick Don Francesco just a little bit. The 1 and the 6 making contact. That's the battle for third. Man, Rob, it's hard to keep up with all the action. There are battles.
There's action all over the track tonight, Ty. This is, there's not only is there battles for the top 5, there's battles between 6 and 8 that you would think they were fighting for the lead. This is some great driving tonight, dude.
And I'm glad you could join us in the booth finally. We knew all week that you were coming. The buzz was out there that Rob Oglesby, the driver that got a top 10 in the Tailgate 250, is going to be in the booth, Motormaster Mondays. And I'm glad you can see it, man, because it's like this every week. Watching your buddies go out there and race wheel to wheel, 3, 4 wide, and battle for these wins with each other. It's a whole lot of fun, and it's always like this. Side-by-side action all over the track. It's hard to keep up with. Like right now, the battle for the 4th position, Cameron Norton, Jason Doro. They got Alex Tesdall, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. right behind them. That's a good battle. It's probably the most heated battle on the track right now. Jesse Carlson and Matt Smith have kind of driven away from the field just a little bit for now. And Nick Don Francesco runs in 3rd in the 6th. And all of these drivers have led laps. You mentioned how many lead changes we've had. Well, the top 4 have all led laps, and so has Jordan Durasek in the 74 machine. He had to pit in stage 2. He was unable to pit in stage 1, and it was kind of our fault, and my fault. And now he's kind of working his way back through the field in the final stage, so don't count him out in the 74. He and Brett Baker both had to start at the tail of the field. They missed qualifying. And both drivers still showing good speed. Brett Baker's in the 21 car, just a little bit outside the top 10 right now. He's behind Jason Armstrong. Battles all over this racetrack.
Just took position.
You're right, I was watching it. Yeah. Alex Tesdall stuck on the outside of it, Rob. 16 car.
I race with most of these guys, but I only know them by their gamer tags. So,
call them by the gamer tags. Our viewers know them by that as well. Yeah. I just try to keep it. I do it with the names.
I really wanted to say thank you for letting me sit up here in the booth with you tonight, Ty Mac. I hope I don't damage your ratings too terribly much.
No,
but
no.
But I race with these guys, and I feel like I know them, and it's fascinating to actually watch them race. This is one of the first opportunities I've had to actually watch one of these events live and participate with you in the booth. So please forgive me tonight if I'm a little tongue-tied, but man, this is a fantastic show. I was expecting, I don't really know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this fantastic racing for position all throughout the field, man. I mean, this is a fantastic show tonight.
Glad you're enjoying it. You're welcome anytime. Yeah, there's action everywhere. We were keeping an eye on a couple of drivers towards the mid-pack there, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Jason Armstrong, among others, but we should mention and bring light to the fact that Matt Smith in the 10 has just taken the race lead from Jesse Carlson in the 20, and now this is huge, folks, because
this is huge.
The more that you can challenge the driver that clearly has the quickest car, the more you can keep him busy and working for it, the more he's going to wear his tires, the more he's going to use up his stuff, the more he might even become frustrated. So it's kind of what you need to do. If you know that a driver has the dominant car, Matt Smith, a very smart, intelligent driver, he knows that. He didn't win the 2020 Platinum Cup Championship by an accident, and now he's taken the lead from Jesse Carlson, and he's driving away a little bit. I don't know why, but I just noticed, Rob, Jesse Carlson in the 20, he doesn't appear to be taking the dog leg too frequently. Whereas,
he does not.
Yeah,
he's
Matt
saving
Smith
his
does.
tires.
I wonder if that's going to come back to help Jesse in the long run, as he tries to stay with
I noticed
Matt
that he stays way up on the dog leg, if any, coming down below the yellow.
most laps I noticed he doesn't go below it, but that time by he did. You're right, and I'm gonna try to keep an eye on that a little bit, because I know he doesn't want to lose sight of the 10 car, but he also doesn't want to wear his stuff out. If he knows that he can have an advantage, then he'll do it.
And he may have a pitch strategy during this final stage of the race that we're unaware of.
Very possible, and for his sake, I hope so, because it would be a bit of a heartbreaker at this point to see Jesse Carlson do so well here in the Phoenix Sun 300 and winning the pole, winning stage 1, winning stage 2, and somehow not finding victory lane for the first time in his Motormaster career. It'd be a bit of a heartbreaker for him and that team, I'm sure. So we'll keep an eye on this moving forward. We have a great battle for 3rd and 4th happening as well. Jordan Dorosek back up into the 3rd position in the 74, climbing through the field, and it's Jason Doro running in 4th in the 08 machine. 2 cars retired out of this race. Pretty much everybody still has a shot.
GCJ in the car 61 is doing really well. I've watched this guy grow up sim racing, dude. When I first met this kid, he was drinking juice boxes. Now he's buying beers for everybody on Saturday night. He is, but it's fantastic to see the development of these drivers through your program. NASCAR is a really great environment if you're interested in racing. If you're out there watching and you're thinking about this, by all means, get in touch with Timac through NOSSCAR.com, and he'll treat you like family.
Much appreciated, Rob. I love what I do. NASCAR was established back in June of 2017. We've posted leagues on 10 different video games and 3 consoles and iRacing. As of today, in the present day, we have 12 leagues planned for the 2021 calendar year, 2021, and those will be...
And you're developing new leagues all the time. I just got an email from the NASCAR office. You guys are starting, maybe looking at another platform, and I really wanted to say thank you to your office staff for sending me that. I appreciate that. I would love to. I like breaking new ground with you, Ty.
Absolutely, and I believe what you're talking about is the grid game. We have drivers interested in getting together and doing that. We can have 16 drivers in an online lobby on there, and it's something we're definitely looking into, and it's pretty much a done deal, but we're not announcing anything just yet. But for the 2021 calendar year, we have iRacing, we have Gran Turismo Sport, and we have NASCAR Heat 5, folks. So strap yourselves in, and we got you covered for eSport action.
And if you're just a race nut like I am, make sure you tune in to all of them as well, because there's entertainment across all the platforms. I've been involved with your NASCAR program since the PlayStation 3 platform, Ty. And we've I've also had a chance to run in your GT Cup series as well. That is some great racing there as well. If you're more of an IMSA type of racer, looks like we got some pit stops coming in there, Ty.
We do.
For the pits.
Now I noticed something.
Car.
I think that you hit the nail right on the head earlier when you mentioned something. I think that there was some different strategies going on. Matt Smith in the 10 came down pit road 2 laps before Jesse Carlson in the 20. In fact, Matt Smith pit before everybody, I believe. So I believe that you're right. I think that he was burning his tires up more, running down on the dog leg a lot more frequently, and that's what made him have to pit a lot sooner. And we also should update everybody, the 74 of Jordan Durasek is actually 1 lap down and trying to get that lap back the hard way. He was running in 14th at the time when we thought that he was running actually in the 3rd position. So tough break for the 74 machine, and he's fast every week, every track he goes to. We know he's going to bounce back from this, but still feel for him.
So we have cars entering back into the race lane from pit road. Seems that everyone's made their pit cycles.
It's going to be interesting to see where everybody cycles through as well, especially in particular the 20 of Jesse Carlson and the 10 of Matt Smith. They'll be the ones presumably battling for the lead still, and Matt Smith, because of him short pitting, has really stretched out his lead over the 20 of Jesse Carlson. But Jesse having the fresher tires, Jesse also has the fresher tires. He might be able to run him back down. Jordan Durasek is right there with him, and he's a lap down. He might even be able to draft a little bit with Jesse.
Jesse's being more aggressive now by taking the dog leg. He knows it's getting ready for pay dirt. It's time to put it into fourth gear.
Absolutely. You don't want to leave anything behind. You want to give it your all here, and it kind of looks like he's using up a little bit too much of the racetrack. He just found the outside wall coming out of turn 2. 74 is a lap down, trying to unlap himself the old-fashioned way.
J-Well's got a fast ride, too.
It might even be in Jesse Carlson's best interest to follow the 74, knowing that use the draft to his advantage here. There was contact made between the two. It almost looked like Jesse gave him a shot.
J-Well's giving the way back. It looked like he was just giving the spot back.
And I don't know if Jesse was liking getting passed by a car that's one lap down, but I don't think he went about it the right way at all. I think he could have used this to help him. And this is all, and battling with this car that's a lap down, not for position, is actually allowing Matt Smith to drive away a little bit more. And there's another car in between them as well. There's Brett Baker in the 21 machine. He's actually the first car one lap down.
He just come off pit road, I believe. He was the only car that hadn't pitted.
Oh, okay, so Brett Baker really staying out there for a long period of time, leading laps and stretching the fuel and the tires. That could come back to help him in the latter stages of this final stage. It's Matt Smith out front for now, though, in the 10 car, and there's no immediate challenge from anybody else for that position at this time. It's Matt Smith in the 10, Jesse Carlson in the 20. And Jason Doro running in third in the 08 Chevy Camaro. There you see him. We've talked about him quite a bit in this one.
And I'm going to tell you, Tom, Matt, that 10 car is in a different zip code. He is checked out. He is gone. What lap do you think we're on, Ty?
I'm really not too sure.
We're on lap 76 right now.
Ah, okay, 76. Thank you. We're on lap 76 of 100 here for the Phoenix Sun 300, and so I believe these drivers still have more trips to pit road, and they know that, so this could cycle through to help some of these drivers that stayed out a couple of extra laps. They might be able to take 2 tires in a can or a can and a half rather than 4 and 2 cans. This could come down to some pit strategy here still, Rob. I don't know if this is all said and done at this point.
Can you make it on your fuel?
No, we got to pit one more time.
One more time. So this really could come down to a fuel strategy there. Brett might be looking pretty good on this in the scheme of things, Ty.
He just might, actually.
He was the last car to pit, so if he comes in, I bet that he's probably not taking any rubber at all. He's just going to take some fuel.
Brett Baker Racing could use a good run. They've got drivers that are up there near the front every week, but they could use a victory lane.
Now, I have followed that driver. I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to talk to him personally, but I have followed that driver through your series. And he always has a phenomenal job. Does a really good job on these circle tracks. It would not surprise me because he's he's a student of the game, I guess. He understands these pit strategies, I think, a lot better than some of these other sim drivers, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. It makes me understand why he waited so long to pit after everyone else. But that's something Brett Baker would do. Yeah.
Exactly. Practice makes perfect. And Brett races so much here. in these sim racing leagues, not only in NOSSCAR, but outside of the NOSSCAR umbrella. He's racing all the time in very competitive leagues. So he knows a lot about strategy and how to save tires, and he found the inside wall there actually going into 3. He's going to be all right, but he nicked it a little bit. It sticks out a little bit. Yeah, but he's a former NOSSCAR champion on NASCAR 15, and that's the other thing about him. He races on many different games and has been for quite some time. So yeah, when he's on it and when he's got a good car, he's dangerous. He's hard to beat.
Yeah, that's when I became a big fan of his, when he won that championship on NASCAR 15.
Checking in on a couple of other drivers. Here's the battle for 4th and 5th. It's Nick Francesco in the 6th, Cameron Norton in the 1. I believe it's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. running in the 6th position in the 61. Yes, it is. There you see him. Jordan Green in the 47 runs in 7th, and it's Jason Armstrong running in 8th, but those positions are changing at all times there. Those 3 having a great battle, and running in 10th is Alex Tesdall. Pit stops beginning again here. Matt Smith in the 10 is already back down pit road.
Pit road.
Wow, so Jesse Carlson takes the lead now.
And Jesse stays out on the track.
Yes, sir. And we also should mention Jordan Durasek has got his lap back the old-fashioned way, the Mark Martin way, the Rusty Wallace way, the Terry Labonte way. He drove around the leaders, got his lap back the hard way.
Pit road now.
And you're right, yep. Dave Marks Jr. in the 51 is on pit road as well. So is Jesse Carlson in the 20. So this is huge. This is key. They're only pitting 1 lap separate from each other. And now that I'm noticing this, Rob, that everybody else is actually staying out a couple of extra laps. This could change everything if it stays green the whole way. And how
the
about
21 car is still out?
How about Dave Marks Jr. in the 51? We haven't spoken much about him in this race. There you see him on pit road. He's raced with us for a long time here in NOSSCAR, ever since NASCAR Heat 2. And he's now with us on iRacing in the NOSSCAR Elite National Series. We drive ARCA cars in that series on iRacing. 26 drivers came out for the Daytona 100, and another 20 drivers came out for the race at USA Speedway. Andrew Harris and Kyle Steckley from the USA and Canada winning those 2 events.
Awesome. So you guys run the Class C's over on iRacing?
Yes, sir. We have street stock and we have ARCA cars over there, and we're planning on starting others. And we have big projects planned for iRacing as well as Gran Turismo Sport and Grid.
I raced a long time before I met you, back in the day.
Pit road's a busy place now. Yeah, I spent some time on iRacing in 2015, 3-month subscription, and I got 84 wins in street stock, and I got a handful of wins in the C-Class trucks as well, but then my subscription ran out, and I was going to college for journalism at the time, so I just I didn't really pick it back up, but I really enjoyed it, and I felt like I was pretty good at it too. But and the cool thing about it was, once you got to the C-Class trucks, once in a while you saw some familiar names in there. Yeah, names that you've seen racing on local tracks around you, names that you've heard from local tracks down in the U.S. and everywhere, really. So it's really neat on there, actually. Most realistic experience you can find, pretty much. And I'm trying to keep track of the running order. Cameron Norton's coming to pit road now for the first time in this cycle, so I believe that he was the leader until that. And when it all cycles through, Matt Smith is going to be your race leader, and Jesse Carlson is going to be the driver running in second. There are different strategies going on, though. How many laps remaining here?
It looks like we have about 11 to go.
Oh man. Okay, so Rob, we have
10 laps.
Yeah, we have 10 to go. We'll call it here because now the leaders just hit the line, and I don't think that anybody's coming back to pit road at this point. So as long as Matt Smith in the 10 can make it the distance without having to pit again, which I believe he can, he's going to pick up his second win of the season and his fourth career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win in total.
Well, if they're anything like my crew chief, they're already loading the pit box in the trailer. 10 to go. They ain't letting me come back down pit road.
He's got a commanding lead. The battle for third has settled down. Now, excuse me, fourth has settled down because Cameron Norton stayed out a handful of extra laps to lead a few in the one. So he's in fifth, but he's lost a lot of ground to the car you're looking at right now on my screen. Nick Donfrancesco in the sixth, who runs in fourth. Driver running in third. Actually, we now have a battle for second and third. It's between Jason Doro and Jesse Carlson. That's the battle for second here with under 10 laps to go in the Phoenix Sun 300. Side by side going into 3 and 4 now. Excuse me, that's 1 and 2. See what I mean, Rob? Once in a while.
Brett Baker's now leaving pit road. It just didn't work out for him. The strategy did not work out for him this time.
That's a shame. Brett always tries to find a way to win and surprise you. And tonight, we thought it was going to be the night, but yeah, you're right. The 21 Camaro is off the pace, and never mind, he's backed up to speed again, or did he just come off of pit road?
Brett just come off of pit road.
Oh, okay, thank you. Back on the track now. He's behind the battle that we were watching there for second and third. Keeping our eye on it, but keeping our eye on the race leader as well, Matt Smith in the 10. The thing about it is, even if Matt is a little bit short on fuel to the end, which I don't believe he is anyway, he's got a big gap. He can really lift and conserve if he needs to, but I don't think that he feels that he needs to because he's actually driving away from a couple of the cars that are just behind him. They're one lap down. '20 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series champ closing in on yet another NOSSCAR win. Just got to hold on for a couple more laps, folks. They're 4 wide there. They sorted it back out. Bradley Gilliland in the 90
well,
lifted.
Still 3 wide coming out of turn 2.
Yep, it's a Chevy, Ford, and Toyota. 3 wide again, Rob.
Oh, and the 47 car is going to stick his nose in it. Look at the different lines they run across this track. Which one's going to be the fastest? Oh no, there's some contact.
Ooh, up the hill went Jason Armstrong in the 12. Alex Tesdall takes the spot. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. says thank you, and he jumps in as well. Jordan Green is at the tail of this 4-car pack, and neither one of them willing to give an inch. We're in the final laps of the Phoenix Sun 300. I don't blame them.
That's the best battle on the track.
2 to go.
All right.
2 laps to go. Welcome back, Chris Ryan. 2 to go here at Phoenix. Good timing.
Good.
Going back up towards the front now. We enjoy watching that battle, though. Let me tell you, coming around now out of 3 and 4 to take the white flag is Matt Smith, driver of the number 10 Chevy Camaro for Bruv Motorsports, giving that team one heck of a run here tonight.
There's still 3 wide on the backstretch, Ty.
Oh, I believe it.
Lone Wolf has a front seat on this. He's now putting his nose in. They're coming to the line. Oh.
Coming out of turn 4, it's Matt Smith winning the Phoenix Sun 300.
Who's going to win this 4 wide?
12 cars went to the inside to pass the 16. The 47 is falling in the draft.
You're right, the battle here, they bounce off each other. Alex Tesdall in the 16, Jason Armstrong in the 12, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. coming to the line.
Juicy, get him, Juicy, go, get him, Juicy, good job, get him, Juicy.
Contact made. Whoa, man, what a finish.
What a finish, dude. That was awesome.
Alex Tesdall in the 16 got the best of that battle there, and then after that, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Jason Armstrong. That was a good spirited battle there. Jordan, get pictures of the results for us, brother, if you can. All 16, if you can. What a race, folks. Great way to start Motormaster Monday. Congratulations to Matt Smith, driver of the number 10 car for Bruv Motorsports, second win of the season, and the new points leader here for the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series.
Second win in a row.
No, sir. He won round 2 of the season, and Jordan Durasek won round 3 at Auto Club. Now, can somebody do me a favor and invite him to the text chat that we're all in, so that way I can interview him without going to a blue screen?
Alright, I believe he's in mine. Let's see.
Fastest lap of the race goes to the pole sitter, Stage 1 and Stage 2 winner, Jesse Carlson in the 20. It was one heck of a race that we just witnessed, folks. Matt Smith in the 10 winning the Phoenix Sun 300. Going to get a post-race interview with Matt here in just a couple of moments.
Well, there you go.
Oh no, that lobby is no longer in use.
Okay.
No, we are that.
And JWoww, did you get photos of the results?
Yes, I sent Stage 2 in the results, but I'm getting Stage 1 right now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Normally Kevin helps me with that, but he was unable to attend the races tonight. Did somebody add Flash9 to the group text chat that us 4 are in?
I tried. He's not on my friends list.
I'm not able. Yeah.
All right, here, I'll do it then. I just didn't want to go to a black screen. That's all right. Second, okay, and NASCAR Oof got third, okay. And joining us for post-race interviews, folks, welcome to the post-race show here for Motormaster Monday after the Phoenix Sun 300, finishing in the 3rd position, Jesse Carlson in the number 20 Toyota Supra, rather. And now, Jesse, you had a great run here in this race, a career race for you, for your Motormaster Series career. You've won races on NASCAR 15 and NOSSCAR. You've won races in the in a couple of other divisions as well as the NOSSCAR GT Cup Series on Gran Turismo. You almost pulled off your first win for Motormaster tonight. Pole winner, Stage 1 winner, Stage 2 winner. Where did it go wrong for you in the final stage?
Well, Flash was faster than me, and once he got by me, he took off. He kept diving low. I just stayed up the track, and he just inched away bit by bit each lap. I couldn't catch him. If I kept him behind me, then that would have been different. But he was getting by me in that last stage. I know it.
Was the car consistent for you throughout the race? Were you making adjustments to try to work on it, or did it seem pretty comfortable for you?
Oh, it seemed very comfortable. In the last stage, I made a few adjustments. I think it kind of defected my car because Mucka got past me. So, yeah, that was. I only made adjustments for the last pit stop.
Bear in mind, Matt Smith is 2020 Platinum Cup champ. Does this actually kind of maybe boost your confidence, knowing that you're able to run up front with him and beat him in the stages and compete with him for these wins?
I mean, I think him, Mucka, and Napa. That was a great battle. It made me work for it for those stages.
It was a lot of fun to watch. I can't even begin to tell you that. Congratulations on your top 3 finish tonight. It is a playoff point for finishing third.
Thank you.
On to Jason Doro in the 08 Chevy Camaro, and Jason brought it home in the second position tonight and ran basically in the top 5 all night long. Jason, we wanted to ask you about the battle that you were having there towards the end of the race. There was basically a 4 or 5 car tango there to figure out who was going to get a top 5 finish in this one. How was the car handling for you, and how was it battling with the draft in and around these guys around you? Oh no, Jason, do you have a copy?
He's not in.
I don't know if he's in here.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Declining an interview apparently is Jason Doro, but nevertheless finishing in the second position here in the Phoenix Sun 300. Got all discombobulated for the questions in that one. And joining us in victory lane, well, we're actually joining him, and it's a familiar face that we see here, Matt Smith, driver of the number 10 Chevy Camaro for Bruv Motorsports, parking in a victory lane, Phoenix Sun 300. I mentioned this before we began the broadcast. The last time we ran a Phoenix race in NOSSCAR, you won it, and you walked home the 2020 Platinum Cup Series champion as well. You pulled it off again. Is it safe to say that this is a really good track of yours? What's your secret here at Phoenix?
I mean, I've gotten better at a lot of the short tracks over the past few months. In general, Phoenix, I still wouldn't say it's one of my best. I guess I've just learned to try to adapt and race it the correct way, I guess. It helps that they fixed the stage lengths on this game versus Heat 4. Longshot and I, for the championship, had to play, some games with each other about how much we were saving and, who could stretch it the best, and then, go 100% first. And first stage bit me. I blew a tire going in turn 3 on the last lap, but car was fast, and luckily the last stage was just long enough that I looked at it and was completely not interested in trying to save that much. So I wanted to go 100%, and it turned out the way I needed it to.
How big of a factor was tire wear in this one? We had a lot of drivers talking to us in the garage area before this race began, and a lot of them were wondering how often they would be taking the dog leg throughout this race just due to the tire wear. And you were taking it almost every time you had the chance to, so we wanted to ask you about that. What was tire wear like for you?
Oh, it's huge, especially for presets. It's almost impossible to try to save tires, really, unless you're just going way off the pace. Normally, I'm never the first one to blow a tire, and I feel like I was the only one that blew a tire in this race. So, goes to show you how much the tires, at least the right rear was in this race. But the second stage was shorter than the first, so you could push it harder. And then the third one, I think, was 54 laps long, and you could get
somewhere around that.
You get 24 laps of fuel. I would say, if you're lucky, you could go about 21 laps on tires. So I just kind of split it up into a number where I knew I'd be good on tires and I could go 100% the whole time. And I was just taking the shortest way around because I didn't know who might try to save the fuel and how far I would be behind making an extra stop. So I wasn't sure. But
Set yourself up for a fine strategy there in the final stage. You're a master at doing that. You broke so many records in the 2020 Platinum Cup season, and you're on pace to do the same here perhaps for 2021 Motormaster. 2 wins. You're now the points leader. I believe you might have actually been the points leader by a single point over Kevin Tattersall before tonight's event at Phoenix. How much confidence does that give you moving forward? We have round 5 later tonight at Atlanta.
I mean, the Cup side is a different game, adding the custom setups. Everyone has their skill sets in making those, and personally, I've come a long way in that department as well, so I'm confident on that side. As presets, it can be, the whole field could be completely identical. So Atlanta is going to be crazy. I feel like just like Auto Club was. I expect JWoww to probably be one of the fastest guys. You can get a lot out of these cars, so the draft will be big. And yeah, I'm not really shooting for records. I know how many races Noko won last season in this series, so just trying to be consistent and put myself in good positions, and everything will turn out the way it needs to be.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Once again, congratulations on your Phoenix Sun 300 win.
All right, thank you guys.
And just wanted to let all the viewers know that the magic number that he's talking about is 10. Noko holds the record with 10 wins in a single season in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Now, keep in mind, the man you were just hearing from, Matt Smith, the one who won this race, holds the record in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series for most wins in a single season with 18. You heard me correctly. Once again, congratulations to him. Rob, it was your first race in the booth here, Motormaster Monday. How was your experience? What are your thoughts on today's race? Evidently, Rob has stepped away from his headset.
Oh, can you hear me? I'm sorry. I was talking away. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we hear you now. What are your thoughts on tonight's Phoenix event?
Man, I am just in awe of the talent that you've been able to put together here, Ty. It's this was some fantastic racing at a good old track that's been around for a while. I cannot thank you enough for this opportunity, and I had a fantastic time, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. You're welcome anytime, and we're glad to have you in the booth here for the race later tonight at Atlanta. Coming up here very shortly, folks, main event of the evening here for Motormaster Monday. It is the Georgia 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway right here on NASCAR Heat 5, broadcasted to you live flag-to-flag coverage here on the NOSSCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. Hit that like button and that subscribe button to follow all the action for NOSSCAR on Gran Turismo Sport, iRacing, and NASCAR Heat 5, as well as perhaps Grid and a couple of others coming to you soon. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, including Rob and myself, we are saying so long and stay fast, folks. Stay safe and healthy as well.